We have 15 minutes.
Hello, people. This is Mark from Kharischangeworks, and as you can see, I've got Lara in our joint effort in these little videos. Lara, I'm going to read you a little saying.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And let's talk about this for a minute or two.
Alrighty.
It says the following. Never let your doubt blind your goals, for your future lies in your ability, not in your failure.
Sure.
It's good, eh?
That's very true. That's
It's
very good.
a powerful statement. Thoughts?
Okay. From my own life, when you think everything has come to an end and your whole world is caved in, it's not your failures that count, it's your ability to move on and your determination to succeed and to change your circumstances or your life or whatever. It's about what you decide to do. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You've got a choice.
Yes. Let me ask you a question. Why are so many people so quick to look at failure as the guiding light for their future?
Because it's easier to focus on the negative than on the possibility that it could actually be different. And if you're in a negative situation, if your whole mindset is warped and you're in a bad place, that's all you're going to see. And that's when you need your tribe of people around you that's going to say, stop your nonsense, pick yourself up, you can do this.
Yes.
I mean, between the two of us, we've had to do that to each other quite a lot of times during the last 35, 36 years. But it's to have those people that you can rely on that are honest and open enough to say to you, hey, stop it, move on, you can do this.
Yes.
And the thing is, if you're isolated, if you're coming out of a toxic relationship and you feel you don't have those people, there must be at least one person that you have in your life that will support you and help you through this. You're not always on your own. There are people that will help you. You just need to ask.
That's right. The issue is when you come out of a knock relationship, as you know, you feel exposed, you feel incredibly vulnerable. And I don't know about you, but I could not go to people and say, help.
Yeah.
I found that so humiliating and embarrassing. And it felt like my soul got ripped out of my body, if that makes any sense, for me to ask for help, because I'm a helper, and asking for help was incredibly difficult. But
yeah, and I think also as a guy, it's even more so. You know, I was fortunate in that I have my tribe of 5 ladies that have supported me through thick and thin in my life, and they've always been there. And they kind of knew what was going on, not necessarily all of them the same amount, because of being vulnerable. You don't share the same with everybody because you don't know how far you can trust them. And but it's important, you know, I could turn to 1 or 2 of them and say, right, you know, whereas from a guy's perspective, you've always got to be tough and strong, and you can't show weakness or emotion and stuff. So I think besides the fact that you were a helper, as a guy, it was much more difficult for you to do that.
Yes. But what I also found very difficult is, or was, not necessarily the please help me, as difficult as that was. What was even more difficult, I need help with that. I could not compute in my head how to go to my parents and say, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep. I'm not eating. I've got these thoughts of madness in my head. Is there anything you can tell me just to get me to focus on something else? I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
I think you were so stressed out and so in such a dark place that you just couldn't. Your brain stops functioning at a point because you're just like so overwhelmed with what's happening.
Yeah.
When you wake up to the fact that you're in a toxic relationship, that kind of happens because you like almost go into a delayed shock, if I can put it that way, because you're like, oh my word, how did I get here?
Yeah.
And then your mind starts going in overdrive because you're trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And you're still dealing with the situation you're in, and your brain just goes, okay, how's it? I'm switching off for now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best I could do, I don't know if this will resonate with you or with anybody else who's watching this video. The best I could do in order to try to describe my situation, I managed to pick up two metaphors, was to say a piece of plastic or styrofoam, when shaped, looks the same as a bone. And you are trying to keep me upright in with my skeleton, but it's made out of styrofoam. That was my one description that I managed to kind of collate over months of trying to work out, how do I say to people, I'm not myself, I'm struggling here. That was the one. The other one that I eventually got to was, I'm a vase that is incredibly thin, but it's full of cracks and the water is seeping through all the cracks, but it feels like I've got a million elephants on top of it, but the vase is held together with cellophane.
Excuse me, yeah.
That was I managed to come up with in order to explain the vulnerability of the vase, the inadequacy of the sellotape. The content was the water, which is me, but the pressure of a million elephants was just too much. And when I started to tell people those two metaphors, what I got with my employer at the time was, surely it can't be that bad.
Now, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. And unless you've been there, you don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I think the important thing to remember is that this too shall pass. The minute you've realized that you're in that situation and decided that you're going to get out of this, because it's a constant choice and you have to plan and all that, is to focus on your abilities. Because a lot of the time in coming out of those relationships, you've been isolated. You feel like your hands are chopped off and that you can't do anything.
That's right. Albeit that you are freezing at this moment in time. And
within yourself.
Sorry, can you just say all of that again? Because you froze for a while. People, Lara's internet's not too good at the minute.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so basically it is to realize and dig deep that this too shall pass. You know, you've got to find, although you feel like your hands are chopped off and you can't get out of the situation, it's a conscious decision. And you have got abilities and talents that can help you get out of it. You may have been stunted in that you've been isolated and you feel like you're isolated, but it's baby steps. You take that first step and you take it second by second, day by day. You focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. And you put your head down and you just keep going.
That's right. Now, folks, a knock in any relationship, whether they are toxic, corrosive, call them whatever you like, they will constantly bombard you with your failures. So for as long as you are in that knock, toxic, destructive relationship, when that button's been pressed, boom, you're it. Your mindset migrates from positive to neutral to negative, and they will keep you there. It is as if they weld you to your negatives, they weld you to your failures, and they will continually bring you back to that via spotlight, They will remind you, they will harass you, they will do whatever they can to keep you there. And I think that's part of the reason why this little statement is so true. For as long as you are in that destructive relationship, you will never succeed. Never. You can't, because the knock is like that leech that will suck all your life out of you and enjoy it and blame you for it. Full stop. However, if the truth be known, as Lara says, you have got talent, you have got abilities, you have got skills. There is at least one thing that you're good at. And the minute you start shifting your focus to that one thing, all of a sudden you don't see the other. But that's hard. To make that choice is difficult. But once you do it, and you say, right, this is now my new direction. And as Lara says, if you've got your tribe of friends around about you, even if it's one, you are on the road to success, albeit it's a long road. It's a lonely road. It's a bumpy road. It's a road where you will be reminded to look back, because they will do that. But for as long as you remind yourself that you are worth more than the toxic relationship, and you hang that carrot in front of you, and you follow the carrot in the direction that you wish to go, you will end up where you're going.
Yes, I totally agree.
That's it.
Totally agree.
So
Focus on the good.
Yes. So my advice is, a lot of, maybe yours is similar, maybe yours is different. Work out where you want to go. Work out, who do you trust? Who's your confidant? Grab them, super glue them to your hand, and then walk that road. Assist you. If they've got an invested interest in you, they will be there. They will be the one that says, wait, you're not doing this right. Hang on, you're looking back, you need to look forward. Is this where you want to go? That's a true friend. Because the other will force you like a vice grip to look backwards. They will become the Hulk and try and break your neck, getting you to look the other way while you are trying to walk the other way. It's a fact. So if you want your future to be brighter, you have to make better decisions, different decisions. And if the decision is to leave that toxic relationship, if it is to leave that nasty environment, that's the best choice. Believe me, it's not easy. But is it worthwhile?
Absolutely.
I'll put my bottom dollar. I'll put my last cent on it, because I know I'll be right.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's what we said. You know what to do. Admin, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get all the videos. And put your comments in the boxes. We'd like to hear your story. If you need advice or you just want to speak to somebody who's been there and done that, Mark and I have both done it. We may not have arrived totally with our healing and stuff, but it's a work in progress. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys. So please put comments in there. Let's get talking and let's help one another, because there's a lot of people that need help.
Absolutely. So, from Mark and Lara from Kharischangeworks, we will speak to you soon.
Bye.